Here's a crazy fact for you now. Everyone knows that all men have nipples, but what is not as widely known is that all men also have breasts. Yep, no jokes. Now, obviously, men's breasts are tiny, so small you can't see them, whereas women's are very obvious, but they very much do exist. In terms of why men's are so small but women's are so big, puberty. You see, both boys and girls are born with a small amount of breast tissue, but once puberty hits, though both boys and girls start producing estrogen, which is what leads to further breast tissue development, boys also start producing large amounts of testosterone. Now, what testosterone does is counteract the estrogen in boys and stop breasts from developing further in them as such. Whereas during puberty, girls' breasts grow into what we all know as breasts, boys stay as these hidden bits of flesh behind the nipples. Crazy, I know, but not as crazy as the fact that because men do have breasts, they can also get breast cancer. It's rare, about 1 in 800 men will get it, but it can happen, which is a fact not known by anywhere near enough men. It's also a fact not taken into account by anywhere near enough medical practitioners. For example, in the US alone, 2,000 to 3,000 men a year are diagnosed with breast cancer, many far later than they would have been if the knowledge that men had breasts and were susceptible was more widespread. Also, breast swelling in men can be a sign of conditions like liver disease or an overactive thyroid, which are further facts that are far too little known. For reference, breast swelling in men is called gynecomastia, and speaking of gynecomastia, it's quite common in teenage boys, and though in their case it's normally nothing to worry about, it's most often just a sign their hormones are not yet in balance, sometimes it is a sign of a problem, and the older men get, the more it becomes a sign of a problem. This is why it's so important for men to know that these things exist, as their existence has health implications that far too few are educated about.